back to Kinpins, and we are back in Mallory Rock. And if this is your first time here, maybe pause this video, go watch our other videos of our Mallory Rock season, because this is episode 3 of Hunt a Killer.
All right.
Killers being hunted. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And if you're not new here and you've watched our other videos, thank you so much for watching those. It seems like y'all are really liking that. There have been lots of comments, lots of you playing along with us, so that's great to see. Thank you so much for the support in this, and I hope you enjoyed this video as well. Now, let's recap real quick what we learned. I don't know. I'm just going to go by what I remember from episode 2 because that's what I feel like what's important. But maybe something in episode 3 will jog my memory. So, real quick, here's our timeline. I've got our current timeline and then kind of like our timeline of Beth's murder, the day of her, at least what we know. And the day of her death, we all learned from episode 2. We also learned that her and the Reverend had a fight that night before her death.
Not an argument, not like
yeah. What else did we episode 2, we learned like the whole town is very passive aggressive from these good fences posts. Yeah. Sam Gundy, boo. Very passive aggressive posts on good fences. Then she's like, if this person would just come talk to me, and then that person who's Beth went and talked to her, and she's like, oh my god, I've been verbally assaulted in my store, and like put up this closed sign. Jordan Woodard, he had an event that apparently no one went to, which is like a little sad, but I think he's not great. And I was noticing, I think, if I'm remembering right, I think that event was from 6 to 8. So that does not give him an alibi. Nobody has alibis. I'm predicting for this episode, we're in for some plot twists. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering at what point someone else is going to fall victim.
Ooh, interesting, because we do have, if you recall from a timeline, 3 other murders. Well, 3 other dead bodies that have washed up in the same spot with the same injuries. All right, let's open her up.
Hey.
Okay, we've got Mallory Moments. Don't know what that's all about. Another letter from Gwen. The Lighthouse Festival that we keep hearing about. Oh, great, there's a code on the back of this. There's a code on the back of this.
Which I'm assuming has something to do with that.
That, yeah. I'll insert some pictures here. We've got our weird letter and our potential code decoder. We have the Mallory Rock Town Council minutes from, it doesn't really give us a date. We've got Remembering Those Lost 1 year later. The council announces delay for sewage treatment plant renovation. And Tony's Pizza Shop. We love Tony's. Oh, we love our pizzas. Oh, we've got a receipt from the Last Bastion Cuisine and Bar with a note on it. It looks like a crystal. I'm no expert, but that's what my guess is. What's the note card say? Yeah, crystal. JW Enterprises. You probably cannot see this at all, but it's like an acrylic. Oh, it lights up. It lights up. But I also don't know what this is actually. Is
this like some hoity-toity business card?
An overly zealous business card? Maybe it's like, I don't know, for his desk display. And then we have a pen from Mallory Rock, Maine. Okay, this episode, we are to examine all the documents, check the virtual desktop, decipher coded messages, update profiles on potential suspects, and a timeline of events. And then we have Gwen's objective. Okay, so it sounds like Gwen's objective is to find the location of the building key, which I believe is the Navigators Club building key. So Gwen's letter. Detective. That's us. Mm-hmm. So I've been gathering info on our suspects. The more I learn about them, the bigger this island feels, and I hate it, and I'm not any closer to finding who murdered Beth. Oh, we did have part of Gwen's response to us last episode was a list of suspects, which was Sam, Jordan, the Reverend,
and the husband, I think.
Oh, and the husband. Always the husband. Martin's as friendly as ever, and Jody is still snippy with me. I can't tell if they're being normal or if their stories from that night are orchestrated. And I swear, Reverend Reaver is actively avoiding me. Reverends are supposed to help people in need, right? Well, here I am in goddamn need, but every time I go to his office, he says he's busy. Guilty conscience. Or maybe he's a murderer and he's been killing these people all along. I looked into Jordan a bit, especially after reading that sketchy email between him and Beth. So it was Beth saying, hey, I need these documents. There's discrepancies in your books. And he's like, balderdash. There's no discrepancies. You're looking for problems. You're fired. That event he posted on Good Fences did happen that night, but he left the Last Bastion early. Oh, maybe, so this must be his receipt from that night where he walked out early. There's a timestamp of 8:43 p.m. And we know Beth went into the water sometime after 9:10. So plenty of time. I talked to Dante, the bartender. Dante did my math homework all junior year, sweet guy. And he was pissed. He said Jordan left without paying his tab and he left his business card instead of a credit card. This jazzy thing, maybe it's just the classic slimeball behavior, but I'm putting a link to Jordan's website and a Good Fences Digest email on our desktop in case you learn anything from them. Speaking of slimy, Joey is still the worst and he keeps making excuses whenever I ask about Sam. So I mean, I don't know if Joey's the worst. I don't know.
Not the best.
He's not the best, but I don't believe he did it. As for Sam, well, I finally went into town hall to pack up Beth's office there, and Sam was sitting in Beth's chair with her bare, dirty feet up on the desk, all over Beth's stuff. Seriously, who the hell does that? Someone like Sam. Someone like Sam Gundy. That's
Murderers
who.
do that. Murderers do that.
So I kicked her out of the office, slammed the door in her face, and then just lost it. These people are being so horrible. I was ready to stop. I was ready to quit. But then I found it, and I know what I need to do. Shoved in the bottom of one of Beth's drawers, I found a packet of paper clipped together. So that was weird drawing, clipping, meeting minutes, Lighthouse Festival, and this Mallory monuments. I might have said moments early. It's monuments. It's a bunch of documents related to the town council, but the weird note with it caught my eye. What I can make out reads as instructions to break into the Navigators Club room. I have no idea why Beth had these papers. Was she looking into the Navigators Club? And if so, who was helping her? Was it one of our suspects? I know my sister, and Beth wasn't a rule breaker. In 3rd grade, she had a meltdown over returning a library book late. Girl, they're just gonna charge you some fees, it's fine. She must have known something was seriously wrong if she was planning a break-in. I need to know what she knew, who she was communicating with, and I think the way to find out is to follow this thread. I'm going to break into the Navigators Club and I need your help. Great. Baiting and breaking and entering. I know it's risky and Sully would have a fit if he knew, but maybe he'd forgive you because he still loves you, Gwen. But I have to do this. I have to do something. You're the only person helping me. Well, there's 2 of us. We're the only people. And I'm tired of being on this island while everyone else is living their normal lives. I'm trying to find the truth. I remember my dad saying the Navigators Club keeps a spare building key outside. Our first step is to find where the key is. We can figure out the rest as we go. So we need to find where the key is. I don't think we've really talked about the Navigators Club. We might have mentioned it in episode 1, but it's like this club where only the founders, the descendants of the founders of Mallory Rock can be members. So it's very hush-hush, very like, ooh.
You know, I was going to point out, Mr. Jordan Woodard has no location or contact information on this little business card. So...
Not even a website.
Nothing, but it does light up green.
All style, no substance. Okay, Mallory monuments. On here, we've got some monuments around the town. It says this month's spotlight is on multiple majestic monuments around Mallory Rock. Ooh, that's a lot of M's. We've got Edgar's Anchor, and then we've got Anchor Street Mailbox. The Navigator Sundial. The sundial is located in the Sailors Memorial Park. So Sailors Memorial Park. Okay, so we've got this, calling out this sundial, which is 13, and this is the club. So I'm just saying it's right next to the club.
What does that mean?
Maybe it's where the key is. Okay, what else? We've got the swinging tree. I think I've watched too many horror movies, and that just makes me think of like the hanging tree. The Ferris Fountain. Oh, as you might have guessed, the Ferris Fountain was built by the Ferris family. Navigator's Corner, A Bump in the Road by Chris Ballantyne. So Chris Ballantyne is the CB from last episode that was in Gwen's thing. I'm guessing she was doing some sort of accounting for him. Then we've got, I think we've covered, JW skipped out on his tab again. Do not serve until he pays. Watch out for when he gets a call and steps outside. His tab was $40.
Then we have meeting minutes from the council meeting in question that Chris is referring to here, because the agenda is vote on the issue Rutherford wastewater treatment plant.
Oh, okay.
Big thing. So it lists everyone present. Those of you who are taking meeting minutes, you know how these things go. But those of you that haven't, the big takeaway is that Secretary Samantha Gundy was tardy. So
just like her.
A regular meeting of the Mallory Rock Town Council was called to order at 5:31 p.m. in the Edgar Mallory City Hall by Amandine Noga,
who's the town manager.
Audio recording conducted by Samantha Gundy.
Boo!
transcription performed by Samantha Gundy.
Boo!
And then we have the recording beginning at 6:03 p.m. And then we have SG, who is Samantha Gundy. So,
wait, was the Reverend on the council? He's
no,
not listed.
He's the guest Reverend. Or he's the guest, sorry. Guest Reverend Clarence. So, agenda, confirm budget adjustment for Recreation and Parks Department. Revisit discussion for issue Rutherford Wastewater Treatment Plant renovations. Vote on that issue. And then listen to issue Cora Reaver Memorial Scholarship raised by guests.
We keep hearing more about the Cora Reaver Scholarship.
The guest, of course, being Clarence Reaver. Steve Ballantyne, please let the record show that Secretary Samantha Gundy was late to the called meeting for the third time this month.
Call her out.
Sam Gundy, just go around and give a summary of what I missed. Steven, damn it, Amandine, we can't keep letting this go. Chris, like father, like daughter, eh? Amandine, we're not going to waste any more time on this. Final thoughts on the renovations before we vote? Chris, yes, our budget just doesn't have the space currently to start the renovations. I'd love to see them get done. I just don't see a way for it now. Beth says something inaudible. And then Martin, Bethy, go ahead. Beth, I'm acutely aware of our budget limitations. Chris, that's our numbers girl for you. Beth, but I'm worried that this would be the second time we postponed this, and wastewater filtration has lasting consequences that we make worse every day we wait. Jennifer, agreed. There's Martin. That's a solid point. We want to take care of our home, and it won't be a good look for the council if we seem to be slacking on that. Allison, that's true. Martin, sorry, Jen, I cut you off. And then Jennifer again. Oh no, that's all right. I was just going to reiterate what Beth said. And then Stephen, still, part of taking care of Mallory Rock is making sure we're not letting other things slip in the meantime. And I do see your point, but like Chris said, there's a hard line. There's just no money for it. We want to make sure we do this right. Sam, seems like certain people's idea of doing things right is just not doing them at all. Chris, why don't you stick to taking notes and...
Yeah!
Why don't you stick to taking notes and leave the discussion to the people with votes? Ooh, Chris Ballantyne's got bars. Ooh. Martin, hey now, let's stay on track. If we delay now, we might be able to use the next quarter to try and cut down on the costs. Amandine, Martin, do you have ideas on how we could do that? Do you know anybody? Martin, I'll put out feelers, certainly. Amandine, great, thank you. Beth, we should definitely look to do that, but we still have to vote. Martin, you're right, I jumped the gun a bit there. Chris, Marty's always been a man of action. Amandine, any last points? No? Then all in favor of beginning renovations as scheduled? Beth Ferris Hendricks, Amandine Noga, and Jennifer Sirocco, 3 in favor. Amandine Noga and all against? Chris Ballantyne, Stephen Ballantyne, Allie Bates Good, and Martin Hendricks, 4 against. So that's 3-4 against beginning renovations, with none abstaining. Renovations will be delayed. Martin, I'll let you know about the cost estimates, Amandine. Amandine, great. All right, moving right along. Sam, will you let Clarence know we're ready for him? He should be waiting in the lobby. Sam, I would just like to point out that those certain people I mentioned earlier, you're always the same specific people, and it always goes your way. I see what's going on. That's what they call government corruption, and it's why our oceans are dying. Clarence Reaver comes in. I seem to be interrupting something. Martin, don't worry about it, Clarence. Have a seat. What can we do for you, Reverend? Clarence, thank you. I've spoken to a few of you about this before, but I would like to request that the Cora Reaver Memorial Scholarship be rechristened in another's name. Ooh.
Oh.
Beth, what? Why? Martin, Clarence? Clarence Reaver, I prefer not to memorialize my sister in this manner. Beth, but Clarence, this is so important. From everything I've heard about Cora, your sister was a free spirit who would have wanted... Clarence interrupts her and says, that isn't relevant to Beth. He starts yelling, it is. I think she would have loved that her legacy is helping young people explore the world and learn before coming back home. That was exactly what she stood for. And that connection with the mainland is what we need right now. Clarence,
so it's a scholarship for people to go to school, I would assume,
off of Mallory Rock.
I mean, but it sounds like a college scholarship.
Yeah.
Which it's like they're going to be leaving Mallory Rock to do that anyway.
Clarence says, I don't need her name to be dragged into whatever idealistic vision you have for this island. Beth, Clarence, please. You know I never want to insult you or hurt you, but I think this might also be a healthy way to heal. Clarence, I'll thank you to stay out of my healing. Martin, whoa now. No need for... Clarence, I may have trusted you with stories I don't often revisit, but my personal life is my own. I won't have it invaded. And you're blinded by the good you think you're doing. Beth, Clarence, Amandine. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Clarence. I've always felt the scholarship paid homage to Cora, and it's helped plenty of people who I know are immensely thankful. Clarence, I've said my piece. Thank you all for your time. And then Chris, Clarence, and then Allie. Should someone go after him? Martin, leave him be. I don't know if it'd do too much good at the moment. Beth, I just thought Amandine. Right. Well, for now, I suppose that issue has been raised. The next awardee doesn't get picked for a while, so we have plenty of time to discuss it in the meantime. Chris, and we're over time. Amandine. We are.
So are we to assume that was Beth's last meeting?
Yeah.
So we're not sure when it was.
Yeah, because it's not on Beth's planner at all.
So then we have a newspaper article about the delay of the sewage treatment plant renovation. So it says, the plans to renovate the Rutherford Waste Treatment Plant have been delayed due to budget constraints, the Mallory Rock Town Council announced last Friday. Facility manager Bradford Rutherford, wow, that's a name, defers to the city's decision. I do think we have to address the pollution at some point, but I trust the navigators and the council to take care of this. Why? You're supposed to be the expert on it. It's your plant. Then on the other side, we have remembering those lost 1 year later. It has been exactly 1 year since the collapse of Woodard Strand left 7 dead and 5 injured. The bridge, a joint project between Mallory Rock Town Council and the state of Maine, was designed to connect our island to the mainland with the hopes of an economic boost. In early stages of construction, the bridge anchorage was placed atop the cliff chosen for the project, which could not hold the weight of the anchorage. The rock face crumbled and the anchorage slid, crushing the workers below. Ooh, rough. Longley, a construction worker for the Hendricks Group. Oh, so the Hendricks Group was responsible. Was injured in the accident. After 1 year, he's regained full physical health, but we're not all so lucky. Josiah Joey Hendricks. Oh, this was the accident. So I had someone comment on the last video, do we know what Joey's accident was? And I'm guessing it's this. Joey Hendricks, son of well-known town councilor, Hendricks Group CEO and navigator Martin Hendricks, was the on-site foreman at the time of the collapse. In the accident, Joey Hendricks' left leg was crushed under rubble, an accident that still affects him to this day. I try to focus on healing. This isn't well known, but Edgar Mallory's favorite saying in times of trouble was, through hardship to the stars. Mallory's words are an important reminder for all of us on the island. We remember those who are no longer with us. Interesting. Interesting scandal.
And then we have, I think these two things go together. We have a little one sheet for the Mallory Rocks annual Lighthouse Festival.
So Monday night launch. So it seems like this Friday was probably before, because she had there was a lot of talk of the Mallory Rock Lighthouse Festival. Ooh.
And then on the back is all of these. It's a message. It says, "Hey kiddo, I don't regret walking out on those bastards, but this is as much as I can put in writing if you're trying to," and then a whole bunch of symbols. Oh. Basically, we have to fill in the blank. We have to fill in the words here. And then it's a picture of it's like crew on a ship. We have, who I'm assuming is Edgar Mallory, and then a pipe that's just dumping a whole bunch of garbage and pollution into the water. Yeah, we have this wheel.
So these are astrological signs.
Yeah.
Like horoscope signs.
Right. So we just have to figure out how these coordinate to letters.
So it doesn't really help us because we only have 13 symbols.
Yeah.
Oh, unless, wait, are they only twos? So maybe it's like, if it's it's the first row, maybe it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't know, let's see, what does that
try it. Sure.
Correspond to? L. Oh no, this is going terribly.
Well, hold on. So I'm assuming this is, if you're trying to blank into the navigators, so this is navigators club room. That's what we're trying to get. So use navigators and use that as a guide. You get it? We're genius.
So the note says, "Hey kiddo, I don't regret walking out on those bastards, but this is as much as I can put in writing if you're trying to break into the navigators club room." So this is from her dad, so I guess the last male member of the club. 3 steps to get in. First, you need the key to the building. Spare is hidden outside nearby. After that, think like a navigator. What's the one date they care about? It's either 1690. Once you're in, get on the computer and check the program secure to delete footage of yourself so they can't pin you. It'll give you a prompt. Can't help you with this one. It changes as often as the months do. Make a reminder for yourself in a way you can understand, but others can't. Otherwise, I know you'll forget. Hide this paper. Good luck, Dad.
We need to know where the spare key is.
Yeah, it's hidden nearby.
Outside nearby. I mean, outside nearby is the sundial.
I mean, the sundial is the closest monument.
I think that's where the spare key is.
So I think there's more after we tell her where we think the key is.
Okay, gotcha.
Which we think is in the sundial.
Yes.
Found it. The key was right where he said it would be. The stand of the sundial has a little hole in it, and the key was hidden there. There's no way anyone would find it unless they knew to look closely. We're in uncharted waters now. I've unlocked the front door, and I'm inside the building, but the clubroom door is locked with a numeric code. The code we're looking for is 6 digits. Do the instructions say anything about that? Shoot me a new message with the subject door code with those 6 numbers. So we're looking for 6 numbers.
So first you need to find the key to the building. Spare is hidden outside nearby. After that, think like a navigator. What's the one date they all care about? 1690.
But there's... What's the date on the pen?
1690.
No, September.
Oh.
So 09, 1690. It's 6 digits.
Yeah, 09, 1690.
We did it.
All right.
Of course, the door code is the date to Mallory Rock's founding. The navigators are obsessed. Okay, last step. There's a security camera looking straight at me. It's the same kind we used at the hotel, so I know I can turn it off if I can access the security camera program. I'm looking at the program on their computer now, but I can't get into it unless I enter the right phrase. Here's the passphrase prompt. In tempore turbulent, look to the stars. Do I have to send it to him in Latin?
Ad astra. I think that's like stars. So try number 5. Ad astra per aspera.
That was it. I got into the program, shut off the cameras. Nice work. I skimmed through the footage archive. The camera seems to be motion activated. It caught me coming in, but I deleted the footage. Nothing else in the archive seems unusual. But here, there's a folder saved outside labeled SG, wait to use. Sam Gundy. And it has one video in it, which I'm attaching. You should watch it before doing anything else. It's from the night Beth died. That's Sam Gundy in the footage. So it was Sam that broke into the Navigators Club, not Beth. Damn, I really thought I was onto something. So this note is to Sam from Ed Gundy. If Sam was in their club room from 9 to 10 p.m. that day, she's definitely not Beth's murderer, but she is still sus. That wasn't a lost cause, though. I found something with Beth's name on it in the first drawer I opened, attaching a photo of that, too. It looks like a proposal, like the proposal she was putting together. But why is it here? There's so much to figure out. I still don't think we have enough information to figure out the Cora folder, and we still have 5 suspects. So Sam has an alibi. Convenient. Oh, so the proposal was a bridge proposal. So Gwen's gonna look around for more. She's gonna send it to us. That, I'm sure, is going to be episode 4. So we've got Beth's proposal for bridge stuff. Hendrix was building a shoddy bridge, probably because of the karst. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about geology other than it's rocks, y'all. We've got JW skipping out on his bill at 8:43 p.m. at the last bastion. Looks like Ed Gundy giving Sam Gundy stuff to break into the Navigators Club. Why don't they just let their women descendants in? Sam conveniently has an alibi. We still don't know what's in the Cora folder. Reverend Reaver is still on the suspects. So we've got 5 suspects left. Joey, Reverend, Jordan.
Oh, we'll find out. Still have 5 suspects.
We can't remember that. You know what? Go watch our last episode. I recapped them at the end of that, I think. So that's this week's episode, and that is episode 3 of Hunt a Killer, Mallory Rock. Join us next month as we go into episode 4 and the plot thickens. Or maybe it thins out. I don't know. We have 3 episodes left, so I think it's going to get a little thicker and it's going to thin out towards the end.
Yep.
That's my prediction.
I bet the next episode is going to be a banger.
But you know what? Sam, So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please comment below if you're playing along with us. What did you think? Did you find anything that we missed? Any questions? Love to hear from you. And if you like this video, like this video. If you didn't like this video, like this video. And subscribe. Subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Subscribe so you don't miss other fun content. Like, there's so much here to love on Kimpins. Mostly me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.